Hello everyone. Hope you're doing great. Welcome into the world of learning with Unacademy. If you to this platform, you must know it's a brilliant platform that provides you with profound knowledge about various topics. Here you will get to know about different topics that will add up to your knowledge. Before initiating our today's lesson, let me introduce myself. I am Jyoti Bansal. I am a student and I am pursuing B Honors English. You can rate, review, and comment on my lessons. You can also recommend them if you find them suitable. You can follow me to learn grammar objectively as well as logically. So, as you all know, we are in the journey of learning words often confused. We are learning the words that we often tend to misinterpret or misunderstand. So, in the previous lesson, we learned 5 pair of words. Today also, we will follow the same pattern. We will learn 5 sets of words, 5 more sets of words. So let us start. The first set is advise and advice. It is very common to hear this word and to misinterpret it, or we misunderstand this word and write it incorrectly. First one, advise. It's a verb. For example, what will you advise me in this situation? Always remember advice is a verb, whereas advice is a noun. For example, she sought my advice on every matter but usually ends up taking her own decisions. Here we used advise as a verb and here we used it as a noun. Another example, including both the words, could be advising is good if the piece of advice is useful. So, when you are taking notes or you are talking to someone, always remember the slight difference. First one is a verb and the second one is a noun. Let's move to another word. Second word is affect. Now, this is also a common word. We used to hear it a lot of times. So, the first one is AFFECT, which means to influence or to cause someone or something to change. That is, to change something, to introduce a change. For example, don't be affected by new trend or fashion. We should not be affected. We should not change ourselves for the sake of fashion. The second meaning is to pretend. She affected ignorance of rules to escape punishment. Like she pretended that she is not aware about the rules just to escape punishment. So the two meanings of affect are to be influenced, to cause someone or something change, and to pretend. The next verse says EFFECT means the result of a particular action. What is the effect? For example, nobody is realizing the effect of global warming. What will be the result of global warming? So it is the result of a particular action. Here, global warming is a particular action whose results or effect must be taken into consideration. So nobody is realizing the effect of global warming. And the second meaning of effect is to make something happen. For example, we have effected some changes in the policy. We have introduced some new changes in the policy. So the two meanings of effect are the result of a particular action and to make something happen. Now see these sentences. First one is Mr. Sharma's thought is effective as it can affect the change in company's policy of trading. It is better to be effective than to be effective. In the first sentence, Mr. Sharma's thought is effective. This means it is influential as it can affect the change. It can introduce the change in company's policy of trading. So, here effective means influence and effect. Here it is similar to the meaning of introduce. The second sentence is it is better to be effective than to be effective. This means it is better to be influential. It is better to be it is better to make something happen than just to be effective, than to pretend. So it is better to be effective than to be effective. Now the third set of words are illusion and illusion. These words are also often misinterpreted, and we often tend to confuse in their spellings as well as in their meanings. So the word illusion, ALLUSION, means reference. For example, the book contains several allusions to Greek mythology. I gave this example in the overview itself, like what is allusion and what is illusion. Allusion is the indirect reference, and illusion is an idea or belief that can't be true. It's just the myth of our mind. It's just the creativity of our mind. So that is illusion. For example, I was under the illusion that the project would be completed on time. So it was his or her perspective that, or illusion, that the project will be completed in time. So this is the difference between illusion and illusion. Illusion is a mere reference that is indirect, and illusion is an idea or belief that is incorrect or that is not true. Alter and alter. First of all, never pronounce it as altar. It is always alter. And this one is also alter. As I always say, pronunciation plays a vital role. So here I'm telling you about the pronunciation as well. First one, ALTAR, means a place to worship. For example, he knelt before the altar and confessed his sins. That is, before the altar, before the God, he confessed all his sins, all his doings which were wrong. The second one, ALTER, means to change slightly. As we all have heard, we alter our dresses, right? So, for example, we were forced to alter our plans, that is, to change our plans, to introduce some change into our plans. John altered his plan to visit altar, which means he changed his plan to visit altar, that is a place to worship. So this is the meaning and difference of alter and alter. See, it's a mere change of A and E, and still it caused a huge difference. So this is the game of words that give you correct knowledge. If you have this knowledge, you can conquer English language very easily. So always pay heed towards it. Always know meaning of different words and try to use them into sentences to add up to your vocabulary. The last one is alternate and alternative. We often use alternative instead of alternate, and we used to think that IVE is just a suffix that we are adding up, but no, it is different from alternate. The first one, that is alternate, which means by turns or in turns. For example, she goes to learn Kathak on alternate days of week. That is, she learns Kathak on Monday, then on Wednesday, as she skips Tuesday in between. That is alternate days. It's not alternative days, but alternate days. The second one is alternative, which means other choice. That, for example, Mr. Gupta had to accept the low salaried job as he had no alternative. He had no other choice. So he accepted the low salaried job. And the next example, including both the words, are I have no alternative rather than to go for coaching on alternate days. That means I have no choice. Here, alternative means choice, rather than to go for coaching, rather than to go for my tuitions on alternate days. That is, on by turns, skipping one day in between. So this is known as alternate days. So I hope you understood the difference between alternate and alternative. It makes a huge difference. One is by turns and other is choice, having different choices. So this is all for today. These were your 5 sets of words. I hope you understand all of them with their correct meaning, their correct pronunciation, and their usage in the sentence. Thank you. Keep learning with Unacademy. All the best.